Are they boring? Absolutely. Are they important? Yeah, they're really important. What the devil is she talking about? I'll be right back to share some information with you, but first cue the music so you know who you are. Welcome to the Halifax Real Estate Channel. I'm Brenda K. We talk about all things real estate on this channel, and every month we do the stats, and they're boring. No question they're boring, but they're really, really important. So what I'm going to do this month, this is like totally, unscripted. I'm just going to go through the numbers this month and just rely on my notes in front of me here and then talk about why and how this affects you, because these numbers here are the pulse of the real estate market. It's really important that when you're buying or selling, you understand these numbers. We're going to talk about the different reasons as I give out the different numbers. So the active listings right now, we have 1,155 active listings. So that's up over last year. We only had 973. So why is that important? That's important because buyers don't have to be so panicked anymore. If the military buyers come in, they can't find something, we've got a couple months. I know, but look, we had 182 new listings come on last week, okay? Knowing the stats helps me advise my buyers. The homes sold are actually down. 541 this year, and last year was 556. So they're down. And the homes sold year to date, 1,966. Last year was 1,964. So is that an indicator that the market is down? What's happening? So you're kind of getting a sense of why these are so important for us. The days on market, they're 26 right now. They were 30 last year. The inventory, the amount of inventory that we have, how long is it going to last? We're just shy of 3 months right now. The list to sell ratio, 100.6%. Last year it was 101.6%. So I'm going to talk about that, how that affects the buyers here in a minute. And the average list price, $636,592. That's just shy of $29,000 over last year, where it was $607,808. Now the median price year over year, yes, it's still under $600,000. And the last stat, which is really important, is our appreciation, 4.7%. There's no way we could have continued. Look here beside me, 18% 4 years ago. So, okay, there we go. We got all the numbers out of the way. Why is it so important to know these numbers? It's so important to know these numbers as an agent because we advise our clients with these, but also for you, the buyers and the sellers. If you know what's going on in the market, you can make informed decisions with your agent. For instance, I'll give you an example. I had a buyer that I was working with a few weeks ago, and we were right in the price range of $550. We all know what's happening in that price area right now, like 400 to 550, 600, gone. Just like that. And they said, well, let's go in $20,000 under and see what they say. Okay, so the stat tells us that they're getting 100% for these homes. So what could possibly happen? Well, first of all, the seller, if the home is priced properly, they're sitting there going, why is this guy coming in $20,000 under? Sometimes they just think, well, maybe they're not a serious buyer. Maybe they're just looking for a deal. So knowing what is the list to sell ratio is really important. With the sales going down, is the market going soft? I don't think so. We're 28 days on market. A seller's market is anything in 90 days. So as a seller, these numbers tell you and tell your agent, if you're priced properly, this is what you're going to get. You're going to get 100% of your asking price, and you should get that within 28 days. So when I see listings out there and they're priced, and 12 days later, 14 days later, they're changing the price, I know right away that they were just testing the market. This is not the market any more than it was 4 years ago. It's no more testing the market. And let's just take a quick look at the past 4 years with the price points. And you can see here beside me with the charts that we're still our 500 to 600 is our big number right now, because we've had this increase of, for a couple years, like it shows 18% here for 2022, but we had 24%, then we had 36%, then we had 18%, and you can see how it's kind of fluctuated. We don't want those kind of numbers. We don't want the equity going up that high because it's not sustainable. So for like 40, 50 years, TD economists had said that the average equity earned in Nova Scotia was 2 to 4%. 4 to 5 is a really healthy return. What does that mean as a buyer? Can you turn around and sell it a year later and get those big returns you were getting 4 or 5 years ago? No, you can't. I'll share this with you before I go. So last week I gave a guy a price on his home, and I came back and I backed it up with the stats, the numbers. And then he said, my friend said this, my friend said that. And I said to him, if I had a nickel for every time a friend or family member advises on real estate, I probably wouldn't have to sell real estate. And I know we love to give advice, and we're doing it in a protective and a loving way. But you know what? The real estate market is based on the data. It's based on the stats, just like the stock market. It goes up and down. the economy really affects it. There's a number of factors that affect it. So there's the stats. I hope you enjoyed them. And like I said, I know they're really boring, but I wanted to impart on you the reason that they're so important. If you want to know what's going on in the Halifax real estate market, you want to know what is the pulse of the market, I bring it to you each and every month. I hope you weren't too bored this month, and I thank you again for tuning in. It would mean the world to me. Hit like, subscribe, share our videos, and my furry co-pilot is somewhere out there in the fields, and she'll be back with me next month. I'm Brenda K. Cheers.